Hi guys, bonjour les amis, j'espère que vous allez bien. Bienvenue sur ma chaîne YouTube. Moi c'est Zaina from Cooking with Zan. Alors pour aujourd'hui, je vais faire du Fumbwa. Alors pour for those who don't know what Fumbwa is, this is what it looks like. Okay, so it's some kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's a vegetable that looks like this. Okay, so it's like dry grass. It's called Fumbwa. Okay, this is how it looks like. So basically, if you go to any African store and you ask for Fumbwa, well, this is it. Okay, so it's dry. So what we do usually is you soak it overnight. Okay, so you soak it overnight. That's what I did. I soaked it overnight. This is my Fumbwa soaked overnight. So now what I'm going to do is clean it. Okay, so I'll be cleaning it, rinsing it, make sure that all the dirt is out. Okay, so we'll do it together. So we're just going to clean it like this. What I do is that I do this like 3 times. Then I'm going to put it in a pot. With hot water. And I'm going to let it boil. Then I'm going to throw the water. And I repeat the same step again one more time. When you see this type of comment on dit ça? Les bâtons et c'est these sticks, just take them away because you don't want it in your food. Okay, so again. If you see any sticks, take them out. Okay. And there we go. Out. Okay, so you make sure you rinse it properly. Okay. What I'm going to do is get a big pot and put hot water. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the Fumbwa in this hot water, let it boil, then throw out the water. then rinse, and then put it back again. So just another process to clean the fumbwa nicely. You want to make sure it's nice and clean. That's the way I do it. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to let it boil for like maybe 10-15 minutes, then throw out the water and then repeat the same process. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so let's put it in the and turn on at maximum. You can leave it open, and I need to boil the water and then throw out the water. I'm gonna rinse it and then we're gonna start cooking. Okay, so see you later. Okay, so the water boiled. I'm gonna rinse it one more time. So I rinsed it again. So what I'm going to do now is put water and let it boil and add all my spices, my vegetables to start the cooking process. Okay. So there you go. As you can see, nice and clean. Okay, so now we're going to start our cooking process. I'm going to put it on high heat. Okay, maximum, and we're gonna let it boil. I'll cover. In the meantime, I'm gonna cut the vegetables and then I'll get back to you guys. Ok, donc voilà, j'ai coupé mes légumes. Here you go. I've cut my vegetables. I have 3 onions sliced. I have 2 big green peppers that I've cut into pieces. I have 1 red pepper cut into small pieces. I have 2 tomatoes cut into small pieces. We'll need salt, nutmeg, chicken broth mix, peanut butter, vegeta, vegetable oil, and a bit of palm oil. Okay, and this is the fumbwa. So there you go. So now I'm gonna mix everything. Okay, as you can see, the vegetable boiled. The fumbwa okay, the water boiled. The water has been boiling for at least it's been 30 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my vegetable, my spices, and everything. Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to start with the onion. It doesn't matter how you put it. So, onion, green peppers, I like to put the red peppers just because it gives a good taste. Okay. Tomatoes. This is 1 cup of vegetable oil. This is 1 cup of palm oil, but I'm just gonna use half. I don't really like putting a lot of palm oil, so I'm just gonna use half of this. Okay, so we'll do like half. Okay, then now I'm gonna put my salt. So 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Let's put 3. 3 tablespoons of salt. Okay. We're gonna put nutmeg. I'm just gonna put like half a tablespoon of nutmeg. We don't need a lot. Okay. Chicken broth. 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of chicken broth. And then we'll taste later and add more if needed. Okay, and this is vegeta. Okay, 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, and 3 teaspoons. Okay, of vegeta. And we're gonna mix everything. Okay, we're gonna mix. As you can see, it's a big pot. Okay, that's why I'm putting a lot of vegetables and spices to make it nice and tasty. Okay, I'm gonna mix everything just like that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is add the peanut butter. Don't be shy with the peanut butter because that's what gives a good taste. So okay, this is about 1 cup of peanut butter. Okay, I'm gonna add more. Two cups. So we'll say about 3 cups. Okay, for now, let's start with 3 cups. And again, we'll add more if needed. There we go. We're gonna mix again. Let me just wash my hands quickly. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, we're gonna mix it, and I'm gonna reduce the heat from maximum to I'm gonna put it to like 7-8 medium heat. Okay, and then mix well and we let it boil. So it's right now 356. We let it boil. We'll cover it and I'll see you soon. Okay, 5 minutes after, I have to make sure that my fumbwa is not sticking to the pot. So make sure you turn like every 5-10 minutes or so. Make sure you turn, make sure that it doesn't get the fumbwa doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay. And this is what it looks like so far. This is some tomato sauce, a cooked tomato sauce that I'm going to add. So it's basically tomato, oil, onion that are cooked and are froze. I like to add a cooked tomato sauce to my fumbwa. So this is like I said, frozen. I'm gonna add about 1 cup of tomato sauce, and two. So it's gonna be 2 cups of frozen tomato sauce. I'll make a video of how I do my tomato sauce and how I freeze it, so that next time you have it. Like I said, it's basically just oil, onion, tomatoes, some spices. I let cook for like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then I freeze it. That's basically what it is. So I use 2 cups of this mixture of tomato, and I add it to my fumbwa. Okay. Excuse my voice, I have a cold. Make sure you clean the cooking area. Leave it nice and clean. I'm going to lower the heat again. You don't want to burn it. So it's a medium. I put it at number 6. Okay, so I'm mixing. Now looking at the sauce, the fumbwa sauce, I can see that we need more peanut butter. Like I say, with the fumbwa, you really need a lot of peanut butter. At least that's how I do it. Okay. So I'm gonna add more peanut butter. So about 20 minutes after putting all your vegetables and the spices, we'll add 1 more cup. We'll add 1 more cup of peanut butter. and we'll mix it. We'll mix it. You can see that the sauce is starting to thicken. So there you go. We'll cover it and check on it maybe in like 5-10 minutes just to make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom. Okay, 5 minutes later, we're gonna turn again. Adding more peanut butter. So this is another cup. I lost track. I'm not sure how many cups we have so far, but I'll let you know. I'll give you the ingredients at the end of the video. Clean the mess. I like my stove nice and clean. And we're gonna mix the peanut butter we just added. Mix well. Remember the heat must not be high, okay? It has to be at medium. And make sure you turn every 5 minutes or so because you don't want it to burn. You turn every 5 minutes or so. Check the sauce. If the sauce is not thick enough, you add more peanut butter. You turn, you cover, and so on. Okay, so I've just added 1 more cup of peanut butter. I'm turning. Make sure it doesn't stick at the bottom. Okay. And then I'll cover it. Ok, 5 minutes plus tard, on va tourner. 5 minutes later, you can see the sauce is starting to thicken. Okay. Okay. Mix well, mix well. Make sure nothing sticks to the bottom of the pot. Okay. And then we're gonna do some tasting right now and see if we need to add any more spices. Maybe we need more salt. Okay, and I'm gonna taste it. Loving it. The salt is perfect, the spices are perfect. All I can say is that the fumbwa is still hard, so we have to let it boil. Okay, leave it. We have to let it boil even more. Okay, so low heat. I think the sauce is just perfect. Look at this sauce. The sauce is perfect, but like I said, the leaves are still hard. So what we're gonna do is lower the heat again and let it cook slowly. Let it cook slowly so that it can soften the fumbwa, the leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna cover it. Five minutes later, and look how it looks like. The oil is starting to come up. Like I said, we have to keep turning every 5 minutes or so. Please make sure you turn. Turn nicely, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. We'll cover it and let it cook. Okay, like I said, every 5 minutes or so, come and check. This is how it looks like. I've reduced the heat even more. It's really at low heat. I put it at number 2. Okay, I'm gonna mix it. And I'll taste. Okay. Taste it to see if the leaves are softer. Oops. It's getting there. So I'll cover it and leave it on for another 15 minutes. But like I said, every 5 minutes or so, keep turning. It's getting there, almost ready. This is smoked fish. Okay. It's already been cleaned and cut. What I'm gonna do is just rinse it. I'm gonna rinse it and then put it in a pot to boil. So here is my smoked fish. I'm boiling it, okay, for like maybe 15 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna strain it and then put it in my fumbwa. So the smoked fish is boiling. Let's look at the fumbwa. This is how the fumbwa looks like. I don't really like too much oil, so I'm gonna remove bit of oil. We're just gonna wait for the smoked fish, and then we're almost done. Cut it into smaller pieces. Enlever les arêtes. Remove the, I think they call it bones, huh? En anglais. Fish bones, remove them if you find any, and then cut your, split this into small pieces. This is what it looks like. Our Fumbwa is ready. I'm just gonna add the salt fish. So I added 1 cup of salt fish. Smoked fish. It really depends on how much fish you like in your Fumbwa. Based on the quantity I made, add a little bit more. I'll add more. So we'll do 2 cups of smoked fish. Okay. And then in terms of how much, I'm gonna turn on the heat a little bit. I'm gonna put it back to 4. The fish and the Fumbwa mix well together, so I'm gonna mix it well, just like that. So we're just gonna leave it for another, let's say 10 minutes, then that's it. Our food is ready. The leaves are already nice and soft. The sauce is nice and thick. I added my smoked fish. We leave it on for another 10 minutes, and then our Fumbwa is ready. So in terms of how much Fumbwa I used, it's really hard to say. As you can see, it's a big pot. Okay, it's a really big pot. Use 2 of these.